Okay, so let's come to quadratic equations. Few things we need to note. Number one is that if we want to use this cake mold, the A must be equals to 1. Okay, and then the sum of the roots is alpha plus beta. But one word of caution. Okay, we need to remember that this one is actually the negative sum of the roots is equals to alpha plus beta. A lot of people overlook this negative, okay, when they're using this cake mold. So be very careful. Cake mold is acuan cake. Yeah, I think the word is acuan. Okay, the product of roots, no problem, because it's a positive number. It's the sum of the roots that always causes a problem to a lot of people. Okay, secondly, it is always a good idea, okay, to remember this very important thing. So number one. Number two, remember this very important, I would say a shortcut, I guess, okay, is that alpha plus beta squared equals to alpha squared plus 2 alpha beta plus beta squared. Okay, because of that, I can say that alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta equals to alpha squared plus beta squared alpha. Okay, so that this relationship, okay, of all, this is probably one of the more important relationships that you need to bear in mind. It is not really a formula. Okay, it's just something that, oh, lepas saya kembangkan dan saya manipulate, saya dapat begini. Okay, and we will soon see why it is very important. Okay, so the first question, okay, it says 5x squared minus 14x minus 3 equals to 0. And then they give you find the value of alpha plus beta, alpha squared plus beta squared. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we have 5x squared minus 14x. Sampai sini pun saya boleh lupa. Minus 3. Okay, minus 3 equals to 0. Now, if we want to use the sum of roots and product of roots, as I said just now, we need to make sure that our A is equals to 1. Okay, the most important thing is that it must be equals to 1. If it is not equals to 1, you cannot do anything. Okay, so in order for us to make it equals to 1, okay, in order for us to make it equals to 1, okay, we have to divide the whole thing by 5. So you get x squared minus 14 over 5x minus 3 over 5 equals to 0. Okay, and so your sum of roots, which is alpha plus beta, is equals to 14 over 5. Okay, it has to be a different sign from this. If the number you see here is negative 14 over 5, the sum of roots will be the opposite. Okay, so you might want to note down here lah. Okay, always the opposite sign. Okay, kalau positif, negatif. Kalau negatif, positif. Okay, and then finally, alpha times beta, which is the product of roots, will be equal to negative 3 over 5. So question A asks for A alpha squared plus beta squared. Now, most people, what they will do is they will scramble, they will, okay, kita cari dulu alpha, lepas tu kita cari beta, and then blah, blah, blah. When in actual fact, you don't really need this. Who is Tracy? Is there a Tracy in, I'm just going to admit lah, but is there a Tracy in Form 5? Okay, never mind. All right, so alpha squared plus beta squared, if we follow this, okay, is actually alpha plus beta squared minus 2 alpha beta. And do we have the values of alpha plus beta? Of course we have. Do we have the values of alpha beta? Of course we have. Why you want to susah-susah go and find for the value of alpha and beta? Not necessary. Okay, so this will give you 14 over 5 squared minus 2 times negative 3 over 5. Okay, and you will get the answer of 14 squared, 196. 196 over 25 plus 6 over 5. Yeah. 226 over 25. Okay, so you will get this answer. All right. Now the reason why I emphasize this method daripada kita mencari alpha and beta separately. If you know, there is actually another method lah. But the reason why I emphasize this method is because this method is more often asked, and if you know this method, you can basically answer any quadratic equations question. Okay, if I give you the alternative, which is okay lah, saya EQN dulu ini. Lepas itu saya cari alpha tambah beta sendiri, bahkan lepas itu saya tambah. You can do that lah. Okay, but it's just going to solve this question. It's not going to solve, the other questions, because not every question, they will actually have enough information for you for alpha and beta. Okay, this question just kebetulan ada lah. Okay, so since this is a revision class now, what I want to revise is these 2 points in blue, which I think are very important. Always have in mind this acuan K, okay, and remember the syarat-syarat yang datang dengan acuan K tersebut lah. Okay, and then secondly, it's always a good thing to remember this tip. Okay, it's a tip, okay, this alpha squared plus beta squared. Very common mistake. Okay, a very common mistake that a lot of students always do. They think that alpha squared plus beta squared equals to alpha plus beta squared. Sebab kita memfaktorkan kuasa 2. No way, Jose. That's not happening. Okay, we have proven here that it is totally not the same. There's a -2 alpha beta involved. Okay, so don't be fooled by this. Okay, remember this tip. It's a very important tip. Okay. All right, question B. Form a new quadratic equation which has the 2 equal real roots, okay, which are 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta only. Okay, the roots are the same. Okay, the roots are the same, but they are 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. Okay, so if we were to do this, okay, now we know that alpha squared plus beta squared is this, 226 over 25. Okay, let's leave it alone. So now our new roots, okay, our new roots are 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. Okay, new root as in dia 2 kali lah kan. So the sum of the roots will be 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared plus 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. Okay, which will actually just give us 2 over, sorry, my mistake. Yeah. Fine, 2 over alpha squared plus 2 over beta squared. Okay, now can we simplify this? Can. Okay, when we cross multiply, we'll get 2 alpha squared plus 2 beta squared over alpha squared beta squared. Okay, and what will this give us? 2 times alpha squared plus beta squared over alpha beta the whole thing squared. Ini kamu boleh faktorkan. You can factorize the square. Okay, yang di atas sini ni yang tidak boleh. This one cannot. Okay, tak boleh. You're not factorizing. Okay. So now the question is this: do we have alpha squared plus beta squared? Yes, we do. Okay, it's taken from the first one we did. Okay, so what we can do is we can put in the 226 over 25 there. I'm going to make this a bit smaller because I'm getting very tired of bringing it up and down. Okay, so 2 times 226 over 25 over alpha beta is given, which is -3 over 5. So -3 over 5 squared. Okay, and this will give us 452 over 9. Okay, so 452 over 9. Okay, it's over there. Then you do the same thing. Product of roots will be 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared times 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. Okay, oh man. Okay, don't worry. Okay, we do it slowly. So it'll be this times this, it'll be 1 over alpha to the power of 4. Okay, let's not worry about this. Alpha to the power of 4, alpha to the power of 4. Okay, plus 2 times 1 over alpha beta plus 1 over beta to the power of 4. Okay, why do I have 2 over here? Because this times this, alpha squared plus beta squared. Okay, so everything will be squared lah. Okay, so oh man. All right, let's just let's just pause for a little while. Okay, let's just pause for a little while. So this will give us, oh, you know what? Actually, we don't need 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. Actually, you know what? I think there's a simpler way to do this. Okay. We want to square the whole thing, right? Okay. So 1 over alpha squared plus 1 over beta squared. Now, if we want to square the whole thing, this will give us alpha squared plus beta squared over alpha beta the whole thing squared. The whole thing squared, makan. Okay, and this looks like we already have this. Okay, 226 over 225. 226 over 25. Okay, which is alpha plus beta squared. Okay, then you divide by alpha beta squared lah, which is just this lah kan, which is this whole thing, kan? Yeah. Hold on. 452 over 9. Yeah. Okay, over -3 over 5, the whole thing squared. Then you square the whole thing lah. Okay, so what you will get is, it's a very big number, 51076 over 81. I think so. 226 over 25 divided by 9 over 25. You square the whole thing. Wow. I can't even, oh, sorry, hold on. 226 over 25. Alpha squared plus beta squared is 226 over 25, correct? Yeah. Then over alpha beta squared is -3 over 5. Yeah. Divide by 9 over 25. 25 divided by 9 over 25. You square the whole thing. You will get 51076 over 81, which is the number that I got. Okay, so the quadratic equation will be x squared minus this one, 452 over 9x plus 51076 over 81. 81. Okay, equals to 0. Then obviously you want to get rid of the bottom lah. What do you get 226 over 9, Sean? This one. Did you square it? Did you square it?
Yes. Oh wait, no, outside tidak. Oh, salah. Tidak apa.
Okay, you square it, then you get 51076 over 81. So in order to get rid of these two bottom numbers, we usually multiply with the biggest number lah. So you get 81x squared minus 4068x plus 51076 equals to 0. Okay, but again, having said this, okay, I want to remind you that if you notice this entire question, we never ran away from these two things. And we never ran away from these two things. We stuck on to the fact that there's this acuan cake over there, and then of course there is the the alpha plus beta, the whole thing squared trick lah. Okay. The only problem is this lah. No, I know. Okay, doing all this, all this algebra, which is in Form 3, is the big problem over there lah. Okay, but I think it's always a good idea to do it this way. Even in the answer that I'm looking at, okay, what they did was, and I don't recommend lah, but if you really don't know how to do, then you can actually do this lah. 5x squared minus 14x minus 3, right, equals to 0. When you factorize this, you will get 5x plus 1 and x minus 3 equals to 0. So you get x equals to -1 over 5 and x equals to 3. So this has to be alpha and, This has to be beta and this has to be alpha. Okay, then you can do the entire thing, the new roots. I just substitute everything in and then find the new roots. Also can lah. Okay, but the reason why I'm doing about this very, very long way is because not every question can be done like this. Okay, what if they gave you 5x squared minus bx minus 3 equals to 0? Then what you're going to do, you cannot factorize it. If you are only stuck in the factorization punya cara untuk mencari dia punya roots, then we are done, that's it. Full stop. There's no way you can do this. Okay, which is why I emphasize this for exam. Yes, it is the more difficult one, but you cover more questions by learning this method. Okay, kalau kamu buat cara begini, you can only answer one kind of question, which is this kind. Okay, which is the question that we have, question number 4. But the moment they ubah satu soalan, dia bagi kamu satu huruf, that's it. Okay, that's the end of the road for you. So don't be stuck in that one method. Okay, always, I would say, better to hold on to this method. Okay, understanding these two things to note will carry you very far. All right, let's go to question number 5. Now, at the age of 40 years old, Siti saves 1,000 ringgit per month in the retirement plan. She saves 1,250 in the second year, 1,500 in the third year, and so on and so forth. Now, each year, Siti's monthly saving increases 250 ringgit. Okay, wow, it's given. So nice. Okay, her financial goal is to have a savings of 950,000 at the age of 60 years old. However, she cannot achieve the minimal goal. Okay, so why she cannot achieve the minimal goal? Explain it mathematically. Okay, so when you look at this, the first thing that needs to come to mind is, what chapter is this from? Okay, and the biggest clue that tells us which chapter this is from is Siti's monthly saving increases 250 ringgit. That tells us that this is from progressions. And not just that, that tells us that this is an arithmetic progression. Okay, I misread the question. She said, okay, so the question says, Siti saves 1,000 per month in the retirement plan. Yeah, it's the word monthly, and then the next sentence, it says she saves 1,250 in the second year. It's okay, but don't worry. What they are failing to mention here, it should be, she says 1,250 ringgit monthly in the second year. That's what they should be saying. And the way this sentence, okay, kalau saya tengok, okay, let's look at the BM one lah. Dia menyimpan 1,200 pada tahun kedua. Doesn't that sound very weird? Kan? There should be the word sebulan over there, kan? To make it very clear. Okay, so see, even I also got like 30 sudah. Yeah, okay. So we have to rethink this lah. Okay, first year she's simpan 1,000 ringgit. So her total savings will be 12,000. 12,000 lah kan. Okay. First year is 12,000. Second year is 1,250 times 12. Okay, that's the total amount of savings. No wonder lah, it's 950,000. Saya macam so weird this question. So 1,250 times 12 is 15,000. Okay, let's double check the third year. Third year is 1,500. So 1,500 times 12 is 18,000. So we also have another pattern over here. Okay, this is an arithmetic progression. So first year is 12,000. Second year is 15,000. Third year is 18,000 savings. So we want to see whether she can reach 950,000. So this one will be 12,000. This one will be 3,000. Every year they increase 3,000. Okay, so let's calculate this. 12000, and over here is 3,000. Okay, can I get the total for this, please? Okay, it should be 882,000. I think so lah. Okay, 882,000. Okay, so then you can write a sentence over there lah. Okay, Siti cannot achieve her financial goal because dia kekurangan, just keluarkan satu surat lah, satu ayat lah. Okay, so Siti cannot achieve, okay, her financial goal, okay, because she still has how many 68,000 ringgit left. Okay, 68,000 left to achieve it. Okay, so again, to remind you that sometimes questions like this, especially if they ask you to explain it mathematically, you need to write a sentence lah. Okay, just to briefly explain how come Siti tidak sampai, because when we calculate after 21 years, when she's 60 years old, she will only have enough money to buy a house in Taman Kingfisher. Okay, 882,000. But she's still 68,000 short okay, of her financial goal. Oh dear, this question, my goodness. So how much does Siti need to add to her monthly saving each year compared to the year before to achieve her financial goal? Oh, man. Okay, so the question now is how much how much does she need to increase every year in order to reach the 950,000? Okay, so the question now is asking, okay, S21 is 950,000. Okay, what should be my D? Berapa yang saya harus tambah? Okay, setiap bulan lah, tapi kita tengok dulu setiap tahun, because this 3,000 is every year. We need to see first how much money she needs to this one per year lah. So 950,000, okay, equals to 21 over 2 times 2 times 12,000 plus 21 minus 1 times D. Okay, so we can find the value of D from here. Okay, and when we calculate, we get the value of D equals to RM 3323.81. That means every year, instead of saving 3,000 ringgit, she has to save 3,323 ringgit 81 cents in order for her to reach this goal. Okay, she wants to reach this goal. Okay, so if every year dia kena simpan 3323.81, how much is it every month? Okay, so her additional savings. Okay, her additional savings will be hold on. How much does Siti need to add? Berapa dia kena tambah? What kind of question is this with 2 marks only? Okay, so her additional savings will be 3323.81 divided by 12. Okay, and then you need to minus with the original savings she had, which is 250 and per month. Every month she saved 250 ringgit. Yeah. Okay, so you will get this is so ridiculous. 276 ringgit and 98 cents. So she has to top up an additional 26 ringgit and 98 cents per month in order for her to reach the financial goal of 950,000 ringgit. I think for this to be a 2-mark question is a little bit over the top I feel that it's a little bit over the top. The first one I would have given 3 marks. The second, this B, I would have given 3 marks. This A, I would have given 3. This B, I would have given 3 marks. Because you're asking people to calculate the additional savings. You're not saying how much should she actually save. Berapa yang sepatutnya dia simpan. You're asking berapa yang dia kena tambah. Look at the question. Yeah, I'm losing faith in Pelangi. Berapakah yang perlu Siti tambah? Means dia sudah ada sedia 250 bah. Berapa yang dia kena tambah? Even in the answer scheme dalam jawapan you know where they stop? They stop here. 276.98. But that's not answering the question. The question is how much additional she has to top up every month in order for her to reach the goal. So this is the actual answer. Sorry, I'm losing faith in Pelangi. Okay, balik-balik dia orang punya banyak soalan salah ni. Saya pun bingung sudah. Yeah, anyway, those of you who are having Pelangi book, be careful. Okay, sorry. Let's go to question number 6. Oh dear, I promised to finish until 7, right? It's already 8:42. I need to stop babbling. Okay, OA, OB, OA plus 3OB has 4OC equals to 0. We can find OC very easily lah. Okay, we just substitute everything into here. Okay, so we should be able to get. I'm going to do everything in matrix form, so it's easier for me to do. All right, so OA is 3 minus 5 plus 3 times 7 minus 2 plus 4xy equals to 0. Okay, so when you pindah, you should be able to get x equals to -6 and y equals to 11 over 4. So OC will be equals to -6i plus 11 over 4j. Okay, so this question is not very difficult. Just kasih masuk saja. What does this sign mean? This sign is the magnitude. Okay, and how do we count the magnitude? We use the same method as we count Pythagoras theorem. Okay, we just take these two numbers, kita kasih squared. So -6 squared plus 11 over 4, the entire thing squared, square root. Okay, is the magnitude of OC. Okay, this modular sign, yes, it is a modular sign, but it also means magnitude. Dia punya jarak, dia punya panjang, dia punya hypotenuse. Fine, calculate it as hypotenuse. Okay, so when you calculate this, you will get root 697 over 4. Okay, which is this one. Then finally, if they ask you to count magnitude, they will ask you to count the vector unit. Okay, so okay, let me pause here to talk about vector unit now. Okay, so vector unit, okay, vector unit is the original vector, okay, divided by the magnitude. Okay, so in this case, dia cakap the vector unit in the direction of OC, right? Okay, vector unit in the direction of OC will be the vector of OC divided by the magnitude of OC. Okay, and the vector of OC we did just now is -6i plus 11 over 4j. So we divide it by root of 697 over 4. Okay, so this is like sangat jauh lah, tapi boleh lah senang ni. -24 over square root 697i. Okay, sorry, plus 11 over square root 697j. Okay, you just take every number and you just divide lah by the number lah. Okay, so you get this answer. And this is the unit vector. Okay, dan cara kita menulis unit vector is OC vector and then got a head on top. That's called a unit vector. Okay, what is a vector unit? A vector unit or unit vector is a vector, okay, where the magnitude is equals to 1. Interestingly, okay, so a unit vector is a vector where when you calculate the magnitude, you will get the value of 1. Okay, if you don't believe me, you can take some time if you want. Okay, you can take some time and calculate this magnitude lah. Okay, -24 over square root 697, the whole thing squared, plus 11 over square root 697, the whole thing squared. Okay, you calculate and you get the value of 1. Confirm, definitely 1, because that's what vector unit means. Vector unit is a vector with 1 unit. Okay, the magnitude is 1 unit. So cara kita menulis adalah dengan menggunakan cara ini. Alright, I think in our much earlier classes, I already covered the important things in the circle, so I'm not going to cover it again here. So we have a semicircle PTQ over there with the center O and a quadrant SRT. Okay, so it's very important to differentiate between the two circles. So this is one circle over here. Okay, and you have another circle over here, which is the SRT quadrant. Okay, so O, so there are two centers in this diagram. One is center R, and the other one is center O. Okay, be very aware of this one. Okay, find the value of theta. Okay, the value of theta in radians. Okay, now, so the good news is we have, sorry, which is the 4? Okay, so this is the 4. So the good thing is we can calculate this angle. Okay, if this is 4, this is 8, we would use sine. Okay, so sine theta equals to 4/8. So theta will be equals to 30. This theta, sorry, this theta is equals to 30. But this theta, okay, so theta will be equals to 150 degrees. And all you have to do is just change the 150 degrees to radians. Okay, changing degrees to radians is an important skill, but you will get the answer 2.6183 radian. Okay, 2.6183 radian. It's very strange. What is Celeste here? She's not taking physics, right? Okay, never mind. Let's not. It's okay. All right. Sorry. Oh, okay. All right. The perimeter of the entire Raja. Okay, the perimeter of the entire Raja. Okay. Now, if I'm going to use this, let's delete this. Ching. Whoa. So much better.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for introducing.
Yay.
Okay. So the perimeter of the the perimeter of the entire Raja. Let's take a look, everybody. So there is, of course, this ST over here. Okay. And then there is this part. Okay. And then after that, there's OQ. And then after that, there is RS and OR lah. Okay. But the good news is we have RS. That's the only good news I have for you. Okay, we have RS because if TR is equals to 4, since TR is 4, SR is also 4 because it is the second circle. Okay, so the first thing we can do is we can find the value of ST. Okay, so ST is, you can use R theta if you want, or you can use a quarter of a circumference of a circle. So 1/4 times 2 pi R. Okay, so it'll be half pi R, which will give you, sorry, I got no time to waste, so I have to do some apa ni TS. This will give you 6.284. Okay, this one is 6.284. Okay, now the problem is this TQ. Okay, actually not really a problem lah. Kamu sudah cari ini bahkan. This is 2.6183 radian. So you can actually find TQ. TQ is R theta. 8 times 2.6183. And you will get 20.9464. All right. And then you have OQ. OQ is also 8. Now our problem is OR. Okay, but OR is easily found because this is a right angle triangle. If this is 4, this is 8, you can basically find it lah. Okay, so this will be 6.9282. Okay, cm. So when you add everything together, wow, this is a very good 5-mark question lah. Okay, although in reality it should not be more lah. Okay, tiada soalan yang sampai 11 markah bah satu soalan, tiada. It's not supposed to happen, but somehow it is. That's so weird. 11 marks. Okay, anyway, so when you add everything together, the perimeter, okay, the total perimeter according to this is 46.1586. Okay, I can rush through this because I've already covered circles with you all when we were doing paper 1. Okay, so perimeter is pretty easy lah. Just look at the outside now. All right. Okay, the area of the shaded region. Okay, shaded region is here, over here in blue. Okay, it is just oh no. Okay, sorry, I'm going to. What am I doing? Oh no, I have to rub everything off. No, I can't rub everything off. Somebody may be copying. Okay, I'm going to just rub this part off. Okay, the area of the shaded region is TRS, this whole thing, the area of the quarter, okay, minus TRP. Okay, and TRP, if you look at this, TRP is a segment, okay, of OTP. So we will have to find the area of the segment first lah. Okay, so area of segment, okay, will be 1/2 times 8 squared times, and this is where I went into a very long explanation about make sure they use okay, so I'm not going to waste time over here. How much was this just now? Oh no, 30 degrees, right? Okay, so 30 when we convert it to this one, 30 divided by 180 and 3.142. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this will be 0.5237 minus sine 30. So this will give you 2.901 centimeter squared. Okay, I'm not going to let's not talk about this again now. Okay, I already said already, although it's both theta, one is in radian, one is in degree, yada 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 lah. Okay, so that's the area of the segment. So if you want to find the area of TPS, okay, you find the area of TRS. So TRS will be 1/4 pi r squared. But the R is 4. Okay, so this will give you 12.568. So ini tolak ini and you'll get 9.667 centimeter squared. Okay, sorry, I'm rushing through this because I really want to finish at least section A, but also because we've already covered a circle question lah. Okay, so it's just sitting down and slowly working through this one and remembering. I think maybe the challenge for some of you will be this lah. Okay, please don't forget now that one has to be in radian and the other one has to be in degrees. Okay, I think that's a very important thing to remember.